My name is Ankit, and I happen to be the managing director of PRATHAM Education, right? And I will be recording a very important video on the BMS 2018, BMS 2018-19 preparation, which is basically aimed at DU-JAT of 2019. Now, let me just, before I talk about this presentation, let me quickly give you a background that DU-JAT is the exam which takes care of Delhi University's entrances into BMS, BBA, FIA, and BA honors in business economics entrances, right? And the common entrance exam for the three is called DU-JAT, which generally happens in the month of June. Now, that being the background, let me also tell you that DU-JAT, in terms of the entrance exam syllabus, has following subjects. One is quantitative aptitude, which is math, then there's logical reasoning, there's verbal ability, there is general awareness, and then there is a very important section called business awareness, right? Now, when we talk about business awareness or current affairs or general awareness, this actually constitutes about 25% of the paper. So you can expect from business awareness or general awareness or current affairs about 30 questions that will be asked in DU-BMS, right? So hence a very important thing. Generally in the business awareness section, you have questions which come on product launches, right? You have brand ambassador based questions, you have punchlines based questions, and CEOs, if there are any new CEOs or CEOs of companies, and then you have questions on mergers and acquisitions. So just taking that as a cue, we at Pratham generally think that the basic exam that DU-BMS is going to have will have few questions that get asked on the new cars that have launched. Now, why is this an important question? Because any new car that gets launched has a high propensity in terms of getting asked as a question, right? So with that in mind, I'll quickly move to the full screen mode of this presentation and take it forward from there, right? So right. Great. So the first car that got launched in India was the Nissan Kicks, right? It's a relatively new car that has gotten launched, right? Relatively new car. So Nissan is that car that generally is now getting covered a lot on the television in terms of right. So yes, coming back to Nissan Kicks, so it's a car that's getting viewed a lot on television in terms of the ads that come, right? It's a nicely shot ad of Nissan Kicks, right? So this is a new car that has got launched. So question that can be asked in the exam is Kicks as a brand of car has been launched by, right? So the answer is Nissan. Or another way around, the question that can be asked is Nissan launched a new car, pick the option which is the car that was launched by Nissan. So the answer in both cases would be Kicks. Another very, very important question that will be asked is the punchline of Nissan Kicks, right? It's basically called, it's being interchangeably be used as the intelligent SUV or the future of SUV is concerned, but these are essentially slogans and will not classify as a punchline. The punchline is this one: made of my stuff, right? That's the punchline, right? Very, very important piece of information. Now, not just with respect to Nissan Kicks that you might be asked a question. You might be asked a question on Nissan per se, as to who is the Indian CEO and who is the global CEO. So just for the record, the Indian CEO is Baiju Balendran, right? And the global CEO of Nissan. So Nissan globally works as a combined entity with Renault Nissan. Renault Nissan is a combined entity, right? Global CEO is Hiroto Saikawa. Hiroto Saikawa. Right, so that's the global CEO answer. So within one particular slide, we've been able to make about 3 or 4 questions, which essentially is who is the Kicks as a product is launched by which company? Nissan has launched a new product by which name? Globally, Renault Nissan work together. Who is the global CEO of Renault Nissan? Is Hiroto Saikawa. Who is the Indian CEO of Nissan? Is Baiju Bolindran. And the punchline for Nissan Kicks is made of my stuff. As homework, what you can also figure out is what's the punchline for Nissan as the company. Right, so that's the other punchline that we can worry about. Right, I hope this point is clear, and let's move on to the next slide. Right, coming back to this. Right, so moving down to the next car that we are talking about is the Mahindra Ultras, right? Okay, great. So Mahindra Ultras is essentially was supposed to be launched as SsangYong Rexton. Rexton previously was launched in India, did not do well, so this time Mahindra decided to not use the SsangYong name and continued with Mahindra. Mahindra Ultras is the launch of the product that came out. Punchline is royalty redefined, right? So that's the punchline. Now in terms of Mahindra is Mahindra Motors, or is part of the Mahindra and Mahindra group, right? And the chairman of Mahindra and Mahindra is Anand Mahindra, right? The passenger vehicle or the vehicles division is headed by Mr. Pawan Goenka. Right? So these are the important points here. Overall, if you were to ask me Mahindra, what's the punchline for Mahindra? It's rise. Mahindra rise. That's an important question. So another question that can be asked is SsangYong, which was taken over. SsangYong was a company which was taken over by Mahindra, belonged to which country? It is from South Korea, right? And when we talk about the other classes in Pratham for business awareness, we will also understand that Mahindra is into a lot of other things also, and we'll probably we'll actually make sure that you are well covered with the concepts of other companies or other sectors that Mahindra as a group operates out of, right? So that's about Mahindra Ultras G4, right? And let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to the next one. Yes, so this year Mahindra was on a blitzkrieg of launching products, right? So in the previous slide we saw Mahindra Ultras. Now we're seeing another very important product that got launched by Mahindra was the Mahindra Miraz, right? It's a multi-purpose vehicle category product, and it competes with the likes of Innova and the other multi-purpose vehicles. Punchlines very important: smooth as a shark, silent as a shark. It's a 7 to 8 seater product. So a question that can be asked is Mahindra launched which of the following vehicles, and you can be given an option of Innova or Miraz, right, or Ertiga, or none of the above, right? So the answer there can be Miraz, or the other way around, Miraz segment car, which is a multi-purpose vehicle car, has been launched by which of the following companies? In that case, the answer will be Mahindra's. Please remember the punchline. It has a very high possibility of getting asked as a question in the business awareness section of DUJAT 2019. the punchline of Mahindra Miraz? The answer is smooth as a shark, silent as a shark. Right? So I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next one, which is Tata Harrier. Oh, brilliant. It's a beautiful looking product that has got launched by Tata's now. Tata as a segment, Tata as a passenger cars division is part of the Tata group, and here the company that talks about the motor vehicles and the passenger cars and the commercial vehicles is Tata Motors. So Tata Motors is a very important part of the Tata group. In terms of the acquisition, they acquired they acquired Jaguar and Land Rover as one of the very important buys. They bought this product from Ford Motors, right? So Tata Harrier is their SUV product, which looks very beautiful in terms of its looks, its interiors, of the features that it offers, right? It was showcased in the Auto Expo of the previous edition of the Auto Expo in which was I think in 17 or 18 as the HS as a concept car. Right now, this concept car has actually now reached a production stage, and it was launched under a brand called Harrier. The punchline being very important. Above all, that's the punchline. Punchline is above all. Right? It's a beautiful looking car. It's a 5-seater concept car. Right? Important to note here is the global CEO of Tata Motors is Mr. Gunther Butschke. Right, it's interesting spelling, so you might want to keep that in mind when you are preparing for it. It's Mr. Gunther Butschke, and it can be pronounced either way, whichever way you are comfortable pronouncing, because in the exam your pronunciation doesn't get checked, but your answer is checked whether you mark the right answer or no. Right, so that's about Tata Harrier, punchline being above all. Let's move on to the next one, which is okay. So we'll quickly talk about the Skoda Superb. Skoda Superb, that's how it's pronounced as Skoda Superb. Punchline being travel in style. Skoda is part of the overall Volkswagen group, so that's an important part. Let's move on to the next one. Right, the next car that we're talking about is the Ford Freestyle. Right, it was a crossover vehicle. It's placed between the Figo, and there is the Ford Aspire, and then there is the Freestyle. Right, that's the punchline. Very important. The global CEO of Ford is Mr. Jim Hackett. That's a very important question. Global CEO of Ford Motors is Mr. Jim Hackett, and the Indian CEO is Anurag Mehrotra. Right, so that's with respect to Ford Freestyle. Let's move on to the next one, which is Santro. Yes, Santro, our favorite family car, was relaunched by Hyundai, so that's an important thing. India's favorite family car, right? It was relaunched by Hyundai, right? And the global CEO is Won Hee Lee. That's the global CEO of Hyundai, right? And the new car that has been launched is Santro. So you can assume the question as Santro has been relaunched by Hyundai, or Hyundai has relaunched which of the following cars. The answer is Santro, right? So we move on to the last one of this car launches, and that is the Toyota Yaris. Right, and Toyota essentially as a car company is known for its products like the Innova, right, and the Fortuner, and so on and so forth. But however, in the small car space, the Etios was their product, and then they did not have a mid-level sedan which used to compete with the Honda City or the Verna, right? So they last year in 2018 launched the Toyota Yaris. It's a beautiful looking car as well, and the punchline of this is all sense, all sedan, right? So again, a question that can be asked is, Yaris as a brand of car has been launched by which of the following companies? And or the question can be, Toyota has launched which of the following cars? City, Verna, Yaris, or none of the above? The answer would be as Yaris. Quickly note that the global CEO of Toyota is from the original family, the Toyota original family, Akio Toyoda, which is with a D. Akio Toyoda, right? That's the global CEO. Now, please, it's a slightly longish video, which is 16 minutes approximately. But please note this is an important video, and you need to subscribe to the channel of Pratham Test Prep to actually be best prepared for the DUJAT or the CLAT exam or any other entrance exam after 12th, right? Business, this topic basically covers about business awareness, and it's a 25% weightage section, and hence a very, very important section. Thank you for watching this video, and this is Ankit Kapoor. Keep tracking this channel for my name is Ankit Kapoor. I happen to be the managing director of Pratham, and also teach business awareness. So keep watching this video or this channel for more interesting videos on business awareness coming through. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.